Hello and a warm welcome to our first Vanarama National League highlights of 2022. Happy New Year to you all. Chris Hargreaves and Erin McLean here in a rather damp Grimsby to provide insight and hopefully further weather updates. We'll start our New Year's roundup on New Year's Day with the leaders, Chesterfield. And Tom Skippings has the details.
A chance to steal a march on their rivals for Chesterfield, and some twinkle toes from Liam Mandeville did the trick. He found the finish to begin Kings Lynn's year with a 6th straight away defeat. Kabongo Shimanga missed a late chance to make things more comfortable, and the league's top scorer will hope his touch returns next Saturday in the FA Cup at Chelsea. Two of the division's heavyweights went toe-to-toe, but nothing remotely sluggish about this encounter. Just 4 minutes in, Reece Hall-Johnson set the tone. Wrexham's lead didn't last though. Cairo Mitchell's strike for County palmed clear by Harry Lennon. Sadly for the visitors, he's a left-back, and referee Paul Marsden was both eagle-eyed and quick to act. And the 10 men were pegged back by Kyle Wooden's penalty, his 11th league goal of the season. And there are rumours of a January bid from Portsmouth. If he goes, he'll miss the regular assistance of Kyle Cameron, Wooden making it a round dozen before half-time. No respite after the break. Frank Vincent's high boot caught Luke Young, and now Wrexham had a penalty. Leading scorer Paul Mullin took it, but he couldn't beat Anthony Patterson, beginning his second loan spell of the season from Sunderland. Soon after, Jayden Richardson, borrowed from the neighbours Forest, met Adam Chickson's cross, and the assistant confirmed his first goal for the club. But not the last of the drama. Richardson denied another by Ben Tozer, but County had the win, and a crowd of almost 9,000 had witnessed a New Year classic.
We'll come back to that rather action-packed game involving Notts County and Wrexham, but let's start with the leaders, Chris and Erin. Chesterfield finding a way. If it's not Kabongo Shimanga, then somebody else has to step up. On this occasion, it was Liam Mandeville.
That's right. Good finish, plucky from Kings Lynn, but when you're down there you don't get the look, and when you're up there you do get it, but you make your own look, don't you? And their performances have been excellent, sharing the goals around, and when he doesn't score, as you say, they'll be a little bit disappointed with the defending here. Just once you send him one way, don't let him back inside. Could keeper do better? Well, yes he could.
Yeah, another win though for James Rose Chesterfield, and Notts County's important win against obviously promotion rivals Wrexham, but there were talking points aplenty in this, not least obviously Kyle Wooden's contract situation.
Yeah, listen, he's out of contract and he's a man on form. You know, he's now got 12 goals for the season. He got 17 last year. He's going to be a man in demand, and if he keeps this form up, it's going to be really difficult to keep him.
Links with Portsmouth, we hear. Don't know how speculative that is, but yes, obviously Football League clubs, now that they can do business, will be looking, and he's out in the summer.
Definitely scores goals, target man, aggressive, so you can see why, but he's at a very big club where he is, and it's up to that club to persuade him to stay or give him the right contract to do that. Yeah,
there were, I think, some decisions that Phil Parkinson and Wrexham were unhappy with, but they'll bounce back. Still, I think, very much around the promotion place. He's still probably thinking about finishing top of the pile.
Yeah, I think they're a team that they've now started getting, they've got the ball rolling now. Like I said before, I think it's red cards have cost them. It cost them against Yeovil and they ended up losing 2-0. It's cost them again today. But, listen, I think they're a team that now that they've got the ball rolling, they can really look to kick on this year.
Yeah, and almost, I suppose, a new signing in Reece Hall-Johnson, long-term absentee through injury. You saw, obviously, in this game what he can do.
Well, it's a brilliant strike. You know, he strides forward here, and then all of a sudden he just unleashes one. You know, he has a look. He's got the time to let one go, and does he?
He does, yeah. He has a bad touch at first, doesn't he? Overruns it a little bit, touch tackle, but what a strike that is. Good start, but as Macca said, you know, you're 9 minutes in and you get someone sent off. You're going to struggle, aren't you, against a good side?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. On we go then. Once a Glover, now very much a goal, of course. Gary Johnson took Yeovil all the way from the National League to the Championship in 2 spells, actually, in the end as manager, but now very much in charge of Torquay and hoping to turn the tables on his old club as Torquay push around the playoff places. Richard Newman picks up the story.
Torquay boss Gary Johnson is something of a club legend at Yeovil, but he put sentimentality to one side with a 3-0 win over the Glovers on Boxing Day. Just a week later, his side almost went behind in the first half when Tom Knowles forced a low save from Sean McDonald. It looked like it would take something special to break the deadlock in a tight game, and Jordan Barnett provided it midway through the second half for Yeovil, picking up the ball on the edge of the area to fire into the top corner, his first goal for the club. Torquay were pushing for an equaliser, and Sinclair Armstrong went close before they got it in fortuitous circumstances. An in-swinging corner from Connor Lemonhay Evans was missed by everyone in a crowded box and went straight in. The game had really come to life and both sides were pushing for a winner. In the 89th minute, Lemonhay Evans was involved again when his chip into the box was met by Dan Holman, whose finish sparked wild celebrations among the visiting Torquay fans, and Johnson's men had their second win over Yeovil in 8 days.
To get the winner so late on is always a great feeling, and I love this club while I was here. I've got a new club now though, and I'm enjoying working for this club and working hard for the supporters, trying to get them a team they can be proud of. And today I think he's proud of these boys out here.
Dagenham and Redbridge were without manager Daryl McMahon for the visit of Dover, COVID-19 forcing him to miss the match. But no doubt he would have been happy to see Junior Marias opening the scoring just short of the half-hour mark, his first goal for the club. Josh Walker hadn't scored since September, but Dagenham's second was worth the wait. The forward danced past two defenders. A few step-overs later, the ball was stumped into the top corner. Dover, without a win all season, threatened to come back shortly after the break when Alfie Pavey scored with a header, his second goal in 4 appearances. But the strugglers' spark was put out just 4 minutes later. Miles Weston's finish restored the host's 2-goal cushion, his third goal of the campaign. The Daggers almost got a fourth, but were twice denied by Alexis Andre. First, a stunning save from a Matt Robinson effort, and then Walker denied a second. It stayed 3-1 to give the Daggers a 4th victory in a row, their best winning run this season. Coronavirus postponements meant that neither Boreham Wood or Barnet had played a match in 15 days, and a lack of sharpness showed. But Josh Rees went close for Boreham Wood, forcing a fine low save from Aston Oxborough. Barnet have tightened up under interim boss Dean Brennan, and they needed to be on it. Jacob Mendy tested Oxborough again late on, but it finished 0-0, and Luke Garrard's men are unbeaten in 10 games.
Well, let's start, Chris, with your old club, Torquay, and Gary Johnson, who probably had a pretty patchy start to the season by his high standards, but starting to gather form now.
For sure, they've had a relatively big turnaround of players, but these 2 wins against local rivals are huge, aren't they? Yeah. Great support by the looks of it. Great ball there, isn't it? Just a bit of ingenuity and a good finish. Fantastic result, and you know, a little charge, I'd suspect. They won't be singing it from the rooftops, but they're in good form at the moment.
Yeah. Now, you were at, I think, Victoria Road to see Dagenham top scorers in the National League, and you can see why. 3 good goals, 3 different scorers, none of them Paul McCallum.
3 really good goals. And Dagenham, for me, they looked a lot more direct than I've seen them before. Okay. You know, that Junior Marias was absolutely brilliant on the day. You know, Walker got man of the match, but I think this goal probably got him man of the match. He steps past 2 and just rifles it with his left foot into the top corner. But for the 3rd goal, Marias does brilliant out on the left-hand side, cuts it for Weston, who almost scuffs it into the top corner. But Dagenham, whether it was because Daryl McMahon wasn't there, you know, due to having to isolate with COVID, whether it was the manager not being there, or whether they just looked and thought, you know what, this is an opportunity for us to go, be more direct, be more positive, and just really go and get some goals. They looked to, without really getting out of 3rd gear, they looked like they could go on and score a lot more goals, and they look really, really in the mood now.
Nearly a calendar year since Dover's last win. Do feel for Andy Hassenthaler and his team, it's dire straits really for them. For Boreham Wood and Barnet, no goals, but you can perhaps understand that after 2 weeks and more with no football.
Difficult.
2 good managers, one of them still an interim in Dean Brennan. You'd think by now
done a really good job. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can't comment on whether he wants it or not, but he's done a fantastic job in this period, and why wouldn't he, or why shouldn't he go and do it? And for Boreham Wood, I think, you know, no losses in 10 produces the goods, doesn't he, Luke?
Absolutely.
And, you know, good turnover of players, good recruitment, a team that are always a threat. Can they go one further? It's so difficult with one, isn't it? Just that one place, because it's a lottery in the playoffs, as we know, but doing a fantastic job again.
He is indeed, Luke Garrard. From there to here, after the break, we'll have a look at Grimsby and Halifax. Grimsby desperate to turn things around after a bad end to last year. While the opposite, Halifax on form and looking to rub shoulders with the teams at the very top of the National League. Highlights from that one at Blundell Park. Next. Welcome back to the National League highlights. Chris Hargreaves and Aaron McLean alongside me, and we've witnessed an action-packed and contentious in some ways game here at Grimsby. The visitors Halifax looking to go level at the top of the league with Chesterfield. Grimsby looking to turn a corner. Adam Virgo and Adam Summerson describe the action.
Souza. Played forward quickly, and it's turned into a really good ball there. Waters it was. Couldn't quite get the shot away. Really good ball to find him, though.
Just the movement there of Eddie Waters was absolutely excellent. He opens his body out wide for that ball to be played from there from Jay Ben.
They threaten here at the end of this first half. Afete. Lots of players in the box. It's a good cross as well, and Souza couldn't apply a touch. Fox dived at it as well.
Final ball's been in and out of consistency, but when you get the chances, Fox has to certainly be doing better than what he did there.
Fete, Fox, Taylor. It's there to be hit, and off the bar it came. Great effort by Maguire-Drew.
It's brilliant from Maguire-Drew. The goalkeeper's beaten.
Busy in that box, as in it goes. Pearson one there, flipped on and almost off the line. Afete's there, and then saved by Johnson. Real threat here from Grimsby.
Read the danger just to clear that off the line.
Slew, good first touch. He's got runners beyond him here, Slew. A luxury of options, left and right, went himself and pushed out and in. And Halifax lead at Blundell Park.
And it's all about the first touch there of Jordan Slew that takes it forward. Spencer's already made the run forward, and he just capitalises, I would say, on a goalkeeping mistake.
Fox sends it back into the box, and Pearson was there! Close.
Good reaction from Grimsby. So that's the old saying in football, a goal against the run of play, and I could probably put Halifax goal into that category.
Hunt up to Souza. Souza's cross, and Taylor's there, and almost off the line, twice.
Because it's Warren on the line again, but just look at the way that he defends that. He has no idea about it.
A great touch on the chest there by Wright, and then Bell overran it. Great determination to win it back quickly. Fantastic attitude here from Grimsby, still plugging away. The ball in, brilliant! Equaliser! In added time!
Well, you have to say they deserve this, Grimsby Town, because they've just kept plugging and plugging away. And it's not too often you see Maguire-Drew at the far post with a header. But it's a brilliantly flighted ball in there from Wright. It's a goal they deserve, you have to say that.
So, Paul, my notes there really were everything but the goal, and of course the goal did come in. How much of a relief was that for you?
Massive one, and then we got the ball and we had an opportunity right at the death to put a better free kick in that we've, I think, caused problems from all afternoon, and over it that one. But, you know, really pleased. I think it would have been a travesty had we not got something from the game. But obviously in injury time, you just think it's going to be one of those days again.
I think at some points more acceptable than others. How does that one feel for you?
Yep, happy with the point. Any point on the road's a good point. Draw away from home, it keeps us going. We've just been at Chesterfield and Grimsby and picked up a point apiece, so we're really happy with how the first half went, and we bedded in second half and thought it did well.
Fair play to Pete Wild, because they nearly had all three. It was a game that kind of got better and better, not least because there was crowd involvement towards the end, certainly, Macca, but even around the opening goal, because Grimsby thought they deserved a penalty just before Halifax took the lead.
Yeah, and the fans were so vocal today. It would have been easy for the referee to have been influenced by the crowd. And looking at it, you almost think if the referee had a clear view of it, I think he could have given it.
Bradbury on Pearson at the far post, yeah.
But I don't think he has a clear view, and because of that, he can't just give it just because the crowd are making a noise, and the crowd were making a noise for absolutely everything today. So
I don't know what Sean Pearson thought, but 27 seconds after that incident, they go and score, Chris.
And they do, yeah. Good breakaway goal, counter-attacking goal we talked about. They just don't close Jordan Slew down quick enough. Don't come out to him quick enough. Good strike, but should do better. But Keane Spence, who performed well first half, followed up great. Just makes that run there. He just gambles. Does it take the defender's eye away? Maybe a little bit. And it's a good strike, but I think he's got to palm it away further out. Albeit a great follow-up from Spence, wasn't it?
Yeah, great hit, but he does push it just into Spence's path there, Macca.
He makes his own luck. You know, he follows it in. He expects the keeper to make a mistake. He expects the keeper to parry it out to him. And because he's the one that's on your front foot, he's there to just be able to tap it into an empty net and get a goal through.
But they kept coming, didn't they, Grimsby? And they kind of recycle a ball that might have been cleared, and then it's a lovely cross, one that you'd have loved to got your forehead on.
Well, it's a striker's dream, that kind of delivery. You know, it's a really good little toe poke there. But then once he gets the ball in, he just shapes it in. All the pace is on the cross. All he has to do is guide it back on target, back where it's come from, and he does that perfectly. And Chris, you'd have even. Well, I think you might have even scored that one.
steady, 5 yards closer in, but deserved. Great header back across. It's a classic, what we say, isn't it? Head it back across. Keeper's got no chance. Great celebration. Go on, get in there into the pontoon. Mighty Mariners, haddock and chips, winner. Great, and they deserved it. You know, I think it was fair with their second half performance.
Yeah, two good teams, you'd say. Grimsby certainly turning a corner, if I can get my words out. Halifax definitely in amongst it, right at the top of the division. So, two more games to bring you, two 5-goal thrillers, starting with Woking and Aldershot and Michael Kern.
Woking were looking to get their first back-to-back victory since October as they faced Aldershot, and they took the lead on the 7th minute. Ini Effiong winning his battle down the left before picking out Max Kretschmar, who put his side ahead, scoring his 3rd goal in 3 games. Aldershot were quickest out of the blocks in the second half to level things up. A move started and finished by Jaden Harris. The initial cross blocked before Lewis Kinsella picked out Harris to score his 1st goal for Aldershot. Woking then took the lead again, this time from the penalty spot. Jamar Loser was tripped and referee Sunny Sukhveer Gill awarded the penalty. Max Kretschmar stepped up, sent the keeper the wrong way to score his 2nd of the match, his 9th of the season. Aldershot would get a chance to level things up with a chance of their own from the spot after Tommy Willard was brought down as the ball came across the box. A commotion ensued with the referee brandishing several yellow cards to both sides, and after a short delay, Corey Andrews found the bottom right corner to make it 2-2, Andrews' 4th goal in his last 3 appearances. The shots weren't done and found a late winner though to take the 3 points. Kinsella involved again with the cross, and Mikel Njoli finishing with a fantastic volley at the back post to give his side the victory. Weymouth made their way to Eastleigh off the back of 5 defeats and a schedule disrupted by COVID and injuries. Eastleigh took the lead in the closing stages of the first half. A well-worked move found its way to Ryan Hill, who passed it back to Tyrone Barnett, who's now scored in 4 of his last 5 home games. But there was still action to come before the break. After a rather innocuous challenge in the middle of the park, Jake Hesketh was given a straight red card. As he passed referee Tom Bishop, it was unclear if it was for something he said or for pushing the referee's hand away. Despite being a man down in the second half, Eastleigh doubled their lead. Christian Magoma drove into the box, took his time and picked his spot to score his first senior goal. Weymouth pulled one back with 11 minutes to go. Brandon Goodship flicking on the cross for Josh McCoy, his first goal since September, giving Weymouth a way back in. They then levelled things up with just minutes to go. Goodship's deflected effort went in via Eastleigh's Tom Broadbent, and it looked like Weymouth had done enough to salvage a point. But 10-man Eastleigh weren't finished. They found a winner in injury time via Danny Whitehall, who worked his way into the box from the left-hand side. And it was Eastleigh who made a winning start to 2022.
Two 5-goal thrillers as promised. Let's start perhaps with Mark Maudsley, Chris, because when we saw them rather limply lose at Barnet before Christmas, I worried for Aldershot, but 5 wins in 8, tremendous work. Absolutely, and you have to say with Moles, it's a credit to him because he wants to play a certain style. Yeah. We've both been schooled in that Bournemouth way of playing, and it takes a bit of bravery and it takes a bit of buy-in from the players and the fans, but when you get it right, it's excellent, and I'm pleased for him because there's a lot of hard work gone into it. And they've pulled out some really, really important results. Just pulled away from that drop zone, haven't they? Just at the right time. No, absolutely. And I suppose you could say some similar things about Ben Strevens at Eastleigh, maybe a manager that doesn't always get the plaudits he deserves. Tremendous home record. Another good win against a Weymouth side that perhaps are struggling. Yeah, and they've picked up some really, really good results this season so far. You know, they've beat some big clubs. This is a game that they're looking and they're expected to win, but you have to go and win it. And they've started the season, started the year in the perfect way with 3 points, and they can really kick on and try and get up near those playoff places. Yeah, indeed. Let's just check. As we approach the halfway stage in the season, we're not even at the halfway point yet, and obviously some have played more than others, but it is Chesterfield who lead the way, 43 points from 20 games played, I beg your pardon. Halifax then just a couple behind. They've played 1 game more, but you can see that whole clutch of clubs, just a win between about 7 or 8 teams there, and all of those in the top half, and maybe 1 or 2 more will certainly be thinking about a possibility, if not more than that, of promotion. And as has just been rightly pointed out, Aldershot, the big climbers in recent weeks with those 5 wins in 8. Dover, it's a forlorn case, you'd think. Kings Lynn, Weymouth and Southend make up the bottom 4 as things stand. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for braving the weather in northeast Lincolnshire. For Chris, it's a home from home. It's a busman's holiday. He told us it was going to be blue skies, didn't he, Macca? He lied again. And Macca, as always, you bring a little sunshine with the outfit, if not the attitude. Thank you both very much. And thank you, as always, for your company. We will see you then for more from the Vanarama on the 22nd. Bye for now.